Fab, welcome back to COD 6, where today we're just going to do some camo grinding for a few hours. Just take my mind off of everything that's going on in real life. Give me one sec, gotta open Twitch on my laptop. Is it loading? Oh yeah. Yay. Yay. Okay, cool. Audio's working. I've had issues with that lately, so... Alright.
Don't suppose Uncle Sam gives out medals for marksmanship.
AK-74. 1,500 critical kills. Okay.
I didn't settle for a Vicky.
I'm assuming this is the AK-74. Let's see. 1456, so let's see.
Farmer's take.
Nope, that's not it. Okay, so we gotta go get it.
Double points.
Yeah, I have this save specifically set up just to run. Next save is available in around 11. Okay, cool.
Bonus points.
Is it? Nope, that's the compact. This might be it down here. Nope, that's the XM4. Fuck! Where's the AK-74? There we go.
We saying the biz? Got plenty more where that
That's
came from.
much better.
Max armor.
Nope. What is that? Well, it's gone now.
How far did we go? I mean, mean, there's down under, and then there's all the fucking way down under. Oi, machine. You got snacks in there? You can really tear into some pork rinds right now.
Hey, Hugin. Doing some camo grinding. I can't stop thinking about what's been going on lately, so I'm just trying to take my mind off of it for a little bit. How you doing today, man?
Fire sale.
Where are we at right now? 19, okay, cool. Sorry about last night. Hey man, no worries, you were tired. I completely get it. It's not like you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna go. You know what I mean? There's a huge difference there. You're fine, man. 14,450 salvage. I could probably build some stuff. Yes.
Can't tell you how much I love that popping sound.
Fuck. Got it. Whoop, don't get dizzy. There we go. I'll make it up to you another day. I was so damn tired I couldn't focus. That's what I'm saying, man. You're fine. I've had speed runs like that where halfway through I'd like almost fall asleep, so I just call it and just make it up the next day or just another date, honestly. And there goes the pack-a-punch. Hope we didn't need that anymore. Okay, 2,000 critical kills with AK-74. Is there anything else I can do? Because I really don't like that one. Without reloading with an LMG-25. 15,000 GT-45. That's what was over there. Okay. Yeah, I have this save set up for camo grinding, by the way. This is I didn't start this from scratch. The fuck was that?
Fuck, I hate those things. Which can only mean there's bloody more of them.
Double points.
Make room, you rotted sausages. I'm coming through.
Man, I love Deadshot Daiquiri. You wanna hit people, huh?
Lost your fucking figures. Mouthy shits like you never know when to quit. Are you related to Pet?
Fire sale.
Where are we at? 15. Okay, so we need 448. Where are the zombos?
Just some light brainwashing and voila.
Bonus points.
See? Can't be hungry if you don't have a head. Problem
The
solved.
impression that hit multiple of them at once, but apparently not.
How's that? Feeling fitter than a melly bull, yeah? You see that, Pet? How about you get off your ass and give it a go?
Max armor.
I think it's... yeah, blue portal.
Insta-kill. Max armor.
I'll make this look easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. Just want a beer.
Insta-kill.
What we got? Oh yeah.
Dad would have been proud of that one. This isn't permanent, yeah? I can't commit to having a pet right now. Let me think. Not helping.
Double points.
You like that? I know I sure as fuck did.
Fire sale.
Where'd your head go?
Max ammo.
we're not throwing Peg in there. Enough of your spooky bullshit. Nothing scarier than my right hook. Just warming up, baby.
Fire sale.
IV and then VI, that's right.
Double points.
Oh.
Next time make it a challenge, yeah? Stationary targets? Get real. Why'd it light up like that? Someone put a 20-cent piece in it? Try dodging that, tongue in the morning.
Max armor.
Head to the wall with your brains like a bloody caveman.
Now is the run max going to be 11? Okay, there we go. Now it'll let me save. Right, that's as far as I wanted to get. That way I can save this and still use this save. I'll do the actual Easter egg with Hugin. What are we missing? 269. Nice.
Enough, you fucking toad. C4 out. Busting heads for fun and profit. And business is booming. Pulling it out. Look who's keeping up with you geezers.
230. Okay. I'm gonna put on something in the background. I've recently grown attached to a really cool YouTube channel named Early Bird. She does primarily horror-based stuff. So let me go ahead and open that real quick. Oh, I actually have to unpause, don't I?
Is Harvester the most violent game ever created? According to high-quality sources...
Come on. Why is it not? Why isn't it just... Okay, hold on. See if I could do that. That's fucking weird. Usually it lets me like find a playlist that has everything organized already, but it won't let me this time for some reason. We got 12 minutes. Shit. Okay. I really hate how YouTube has this now.
Sources such as its own box art. Yes, Harvester is an FMV horror game that came out in 1996, and it has received nothing but glowing reviews. Reviews such as, "This gratuitously violent game doesn't make much sense. Goriest, most confusing, and above all stupidest horror game ever. Conversations with characters are frustrating and often make little sense. I'm here to tell you this game is good actually, and its premise makes perfect sense. Unfortunately, Harvester did indeed flop for a reason when it initially released. And oddly enough, the reason that it flopped is actually the same reason why the story makes sense. We're going to get to that after we take a look at the game's narrative. Now, I know this little fella popped up for start all my videos with Harvester special, and it's going to get a second warning. I mean it, this game contains some extremely disturbing, violent, insensitive, and taboo themes. It is irreverent satire, so please take me seriously when I say that this one is not for the faint of heart. If this kind of game isn't really up your alley, don't worry. It's okay. I'll catch you in the next one. For you brave soldiers that are choosing to continue on in the madness that is Harvester, let's get started. The first thing we see is our protagonist Steve waking up in a pretty ordinary looking bedroom. I want you to really take in this normality because this is the last time we're going to be seeing that.
186, I believe.
A nasty stained bed, a recently watered plastic plant, binoculars that are melted to the table. Yeah, this all seems normal. We can overlook that. Stepping out into the living room, we immediately notice that things are looking pretty old-fashioned.
What?
Throughout the game, Harvester will give us a bunch of dialogue options. You can even type in custom responses. Since we don't know what's going on, let's ask this fine young gentleman who we are.
A lousy rat. And you better be quiet or you'll wake Daddy up.
Apparently, we've been spending all of our free time and attention on some girl. Because of this, he tells us to drop dead. Sounds like someone's a little jealous.
I don't know what girl you're talking about.
All summer, it's been stepping this and stepping that. And now you don't remember? You think I'm dumb or something?
No, I just can't remember anything like I said.
Well, you better remember quick, because the wedding's in 2 weeks.
What?
Leave me alone so I can watch TV.
If you mention the ritual decor to the kid, he seems pretty confused and says that everything looks normal. It also becomes quite apparent that the cowboy show he's watching on TV is extremely violent.
Hey, look at that. Your mother lets you watch this stuff?
Sure, this is part of history. What made America great.
Wait, let me see.
And besides, blood and guts are moving.
Is that 1832 or
Little kids
1932?
shouldn't
God damn
watch
it.
that kind of violence.
1832. Okay.
You can't stop me, so let me alone. Or else.
Asking the kid about his father yields an interesting result.
He and Bob went at it last night pretty hard. He stayed in bed. I saw what she did to him. It was pretty bad.
What? We'll just move on from that. As it turns out, the kid's name is apparently Hank, and he is our little brother. Eventually, he gets sick of you interrupting his TV show.
Mom, Steve is bugging me. Steve, leave him alone right now.
Alright, I guess we'll go talk to Mom. Maybe she'll tell us what's going on. Things in the kitchen look pretty normal. There's a baby sleeping peacefully, and our mom is baking fresh cookies. Why are there so many cookies in the trash?
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of riches in the trash.
Who are you?
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around here.
I don't remember you.
Of course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand. I can't remember where I am or even who I am.
Man's sake, stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will get your feet on the ground.
So that's my name.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me, young man.
Listen, this may sound strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Well, you always were a killer, Steve.
You, might want to get used to hearing that line. It's pretty infamous when you're young. Mom explains that she's
Damn it.
picking up all
There
of
we
these
go.
cookies for a charity bake sale that will help all of the people that have this out of harvest. Apparently, this bake sale is being hosted by the Lodge. Oh boy, I love lodges. Mom really likes lodges too.
What's so great about it?
Hard to say, since hardly anyone gets inside. But it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new dishwasher with an active auto dry process cleaner. I've never used one, but I know I want it. Instead of sulking around the house all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership?
Clearly, Mom is pretty stoked at the thought of Steve possibly getting into the lodge. It's a big deal in Harvest, but lodge this, lodge that, we gotta ask the real hard-hitting questions around here. Such as, if the bake sale is a week away, why is she baking cookies now?
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
But they'll be stale by then.
That's why I'm throwing them away.
And then there's more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay for these stale cookies over the garbage can.
But you expect me to...
Of course not. See, if I wouldn't charge you, I'd remember. Help yourself.
Any of you hotshots want to beat my
Tom
high
didn't
school?
really touch the trash can. I'd take one. Also, even though we've established that this lady in teaching is Steve's mom and
Bang.
he's his little brother, he's for some reason very surprised to learn that the baby in the corner is his little sister.
Sister?
Shh, you'll wake her. I just put her down to sleep. If she wakes up, she'll just want to eat again.
Steve continues screeching
1896.
about
All right,
trivial
100.
things such as, I woke up and I have amnesia this, I don't know where I am that, there's a giant wasp by the baby, and I, for one, am happy he does, because it wakes the baby and brings us one of the most spectacular displays of MS Paint special effects I've ever seen.
Now, Big Belly, are you happy? Good baby. There. Did your brother scare you? Let me see. Darn that rock woman. She's a monster. That's what she is.
If you ask my elder sibling Hank, there's a little line of dialogue that I actually think is pretty clever.
Your little brother is homesick from school today, and I won't have you scaring him with his amnesia.
Is he really sick?
Look at the show he's watching. Wouldn't you say he's sick? I'd make him stop, but oh, I'm so busy baking cookies for the Harvest PTA charity bake sale.
Mom also explains that there will be a blood drive in Harvest. Apparently, they get a lot of blood every year, and she ominously mentions that they don't use needles. So do you remember how I said you can type anything you want as a dialogue option? Well, of course, the first word everyone's going to try is Jimmy, probably.
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Ah, yes, Jimmy. Probably one of my favorite characters. Every morning in Harvester, Steve will have to bring out the newspaper to this cute little fella.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
I guess not.
Hey, how come you haven't been putting the paper out for me in the morning?
Mom wasn't kidding about how Jimmy can get. Jimmy is a ferocious little goblin. If you fuck around with him, you're gonna find out. Find out he's strapped.
Dad always said it pays to
Sweet
have
little
mates in low places.
One, to remember to bring out the paper, and two,
Hey, you got any spare shoes?
walking the same paper route every day has worn out his shoes. He says it takes a key for a new pair of sneakers. When you ask him what the key would be for, he elaborates that we can use it to open the broom closet at the school. But why would we want to get into the broom closet? Well, Jimmy says that the principal and a teacher, quote, mess around in there. If we caught them in the act, maybe we could blackmail them. I'm beginning to think that perhaps Jimmy has a troubled home life. There is an entire map of buildings and places we can check out and explore around the town of Harvest. I started with D. Phelps General Store.
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store. So who would that make me?
60. All right.
Maybe you need to go back to Dean Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things these days. My memory's gone.
Shaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious, I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In
The
which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge.
ow.
Really? Speaking of which, how's your father?
Oh, you got the spins, mate. Yeah, been there more than
Speaking
once.
of Willies, how's your father? That's the funniest line that has ever been in a game. Mrs. Phelps has a variety of these lines, such as lunch, some
No.
rat poison, and an adult magazine.
A girly magazine? Why, Steve, I'm surprised at you. I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always been here ordering the girly magazines behind my counter. Darn if I'd sell him one, though. I know it's not, for heaven's sake.
Well, will you sell me one?
Well, Steve,
Good.
that kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Steers him away from being a fireman.
Firefighter, huh? That seems kind of random. Maybe we should ask Mom about that. She mentions that the head firefighter's name is Sparky.
Cares about that prancing, fire hydrant squatting sissy boy right now. Your sister's eating a tarantula and you're still fooling around.
If she's my sister.
Enough! Go buy a cake for Stephanie, why don't you? I'm trying to bake cookies.
post office where there's a blind woman trying to read her mail.
Yes, I need some help. Mr. Boyle, what can I do for you today?
We need to ask Mr. Boyle for an application to the lodge.
Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications right now.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular clockwork.
The postmaster says there's absolutely no way he can make a copy because it would be unfair to everyone else who has been waiting for an application. We'll have to figure out another way. At the town's barber shop, we meet three lovely gentlemen, Clem, Pete, and Mr. Pastorelli.
Hello there, youngster. Say, them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night. Cut another crop circle in my south field.
How come I never seen none of them saucers, Clem?
Them aliens is wise. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastorelli did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry.
Clem has a crop circle problem. He goes on to tell us a bit about Mr. Pastorelli. He's an agreeable barber that doesn't understand English. In his game, he actually
Listen, fuckers.
but in an early
Efficiency's
building
key
game,
when running
he
a
was
business.
originally supposed to say
This is me being
English and Italian. This content was eventually cut, so it's not to ruin the game for any of the snipers. Mr. Pastorelli has one beloved prized possession, his barber's pole. You can see it there hanging on the wall to the left, and oddly, you'll notice that it's inside the building. This is because Mr. Pastorelli wants to protect his barber's pole at any cost. Clem and Pete tell us all
Nice.
about how
10
he
bucks.
just rigged up a security system in the barber shop to protect it. However, they know that the wiring is a bit funky because he didn't bother to hire an electrician to do it.
That-
This is actually relevant, I promise. Also, apparently Clem hunts aliens?
Son, after nailing an alien, you can never go back to quail. What? You think you can get one of those at a swap meet?
If I saw that at a swap meet, I'd buy it immediately. Clem has been doing most of the talking so far. Why don't we check in with Pete?
Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure why that zombie exploded. I just know it did.
Really fine aluminum siding. Aluminum siding, cool in the winter. Never cheap out the shoot.
Oh great, this guy is obsessed with his family and Italian business. Let's go check out somewhere else. How about a nuclear missile base? That sounds like fun and like nothing could go wrong. I'm sure this fine gentleman at the nuclear base is kind and well adjusted. He ain't got no legs.
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye a flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are. Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies.
How
All I
much-
gotta do is hit the button and blammo.
How much do I have left?
The price of vodka goes through the roof.
Oh, 1843.
Along
Okay.
with the vodka.
Wait, what?
Colonel Buster Monroe lost
Oh, this ain't the
entire
fucking
lower
Argo.
half of his body.
I need the C9. That is out there, I believe.
After such trauma to continue in the military, so they put him in charge of nuclear missiles. He makes it very clear that there are no safeguards on these nukes. He is very jumpy, and it's extremely easy to make him nervous of you with dialogue options. If you
No.
get him even a little suspicious, this happens. Much like other characters around town, Buster will randomly bring up the firemen.
That's
His
not
conversation
it.
about them without any context gets very bizarre very quickly.
I wanted to get back into the thick of the action and out of this desk job. Those firemen are a damn peculiar bunch of ladies. I thought they'd object to my lack of a lower body, but they wouldn't let me join the fire department because they said I couldn't draw naked men. Can't draw naked men? Who the hell wants to? I could draw one if I was a sick commie pervert. Look,
Jesus Christ.
I did this last night. What do you think?
A drawing of this
AK-74.
caliber
Okay,
is
that's
the
not it.
last thing I expected Harvest's Cotton Hill to hand me, but here we are.
That's the Tanto. Alright, where's the... I guess we're just gonna have to get it from the box. That's fine, I just need to remember where the fuck it is.
Fiance should be. Upon entering the house, we are immediately greeted with some observations. The ashtray is shaped like a particular human organ, which shall remain nameless. A photo of the man of the house squeezing his meat.
There he is, my future son-in-law. And how's he doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household, huh? Huh?
Let's just tell him about the amnesia. I'm sure he'll believe us.
What a card.
Would I kid about something like that? Why won't you believe me?
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
Mr. Podston is our fiance's father. He is obsessed with meat. Meat is almost all he talks about. Steve's dad owns and operates a slaughterhouse, and this has Mr. Podston very excited to see because his daughter will be marrying into the family. He literally never shuts up about meat. Another notable thing Mr. Potsdam mentions is that the scheduled wedding is going to have to take place
Wait till I show you the wheel.
This
That
is
really
distressing
does
to
it
him
right.
because he'd like to have the wedding at the lodge, but they keep denying his application. In the kitchen, Mrs. Potsdam gives us permission to go upstairs to see Stephanie. She looks exactly like our mother, except for her hair. However, she doesn't seem to agree with that sentiment.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
There's nothing bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potsdam Jr. can be
fuck is
counted
it?
on to do her share.
Let's go check in with our loving fiancé.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Oh, well, maybe not so loving. She doesn't seem to know who we are.
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just one, Stephanie, because I can't remember a damn thing either.
God damn it.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was just me.
You're not alone. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
Yes, it seems Stephanie has been locked in her
Got it.
room for
Okay.
a whole week. Like Steve, she doesn't remember anything or know anyone. She doesn't seem particularly excited about marrying Steve, who she doesn't know. She also seems to be the first person we've met so far that can recognize just how strange this town really is.
Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him. Some mornings she forgets, and the boy gets furious. He gives me the creeps.
I know this woman ain't speaking ill of my good man Jimmy James. Stephanie also describes something a little disturbing going on.
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along
It
the wall.
is...
Claws, maybe.
Scraping claw sounds in the bathroom? We must investigate. I immediately regret investigating because the bathroom is kind of gross. The flavor text describes a thin layer of hair coating virtually every inch of ceramic. The rubber ducky is in disrepair, the towels are
Use that
stiff,
as
the
slingshot
sink is
on
covered
Alright,
in
C9,
pubic
C9,
hair,
C9.
apparently, and the trash can is full of wadded up tissues that are stuck to the sides.
The
I
fuck
don't
is
know
that?
what's going on in here, but it is not Christian. Oh look, this picture moves.
What the fuck is this?
You'll be a proper see you next Tuesday. Stop looking at me like I'm bloody lunch. I ain't your fucking fango.
Oh no.
C9, that's not it, that's a shotgun. God damn it!
No, there's a peephole hidden behind the picture in the bathroom.
You mean peephole? They're spying on me?
I'm afraid so.
Ew.
Shit as it
Here
is.
every night.
No need to make it worse. Got
Pictures
it?
sliding along the wall.
What we got? What we got?
I've got
Alright,
to
you know
get
what?
out of here
Fuck
soon.
this.
Got a fat slob. Watching me.
How about you get off your
Him
ass?
about it. Maybe if he knows I know, it'll scare him off.
Thank you, Steve. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Putting my bet in.
It's absolutely foul.
sooner
We
put
are
my money
marching
on it,
downstairs
311.
right now to confront the meat man about this.
He's pretty.
Upstairs bathroom.
What are the chances this is actually the gun I was looking for? Nope, Krieg C. Close enough.
You can respond to this debacle in a
Son
few
of a
different
bitch.
ways. For example, you
takes
can
longer
blame the
every time.
individual on
Fox
Mrs.
hates me.
Potsdam by saying she's
Not that I
clearly the
care.
one into looking at
C9,
things.
C9.
Okay, I
Damn
did.
it! Alright, where's it going?
Someone's peeping in on Stephanie. If it's not Mrs. Potsdam, then who is it?
All joking aside, if you confront him about it directly, he agrees to patch the hole lest there be a problem. Leaving the Potsdam residence
Really?
and strolling
Just
further
right out
down
here.
the street, we stumble upon another neighbor. This guy is weird. I know all of these characters are weird, but I mean, like, this guy is extra weird.
And you are...
You always were a kid, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad to stop by. Just got finished waxing the tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Mr. Johnson is obsessed with Edna, the owner of the town diner. He seems to talk about Johnsons a lot, so his name is good, I guess.
Well, she needs a good hard penis. A fine, stiff penis.
Throughout the time that you talk to Mr. Johnson, he goes wildly back and forth between being calm and being extremely paranoid or judgmental about Edna. It is both disturbing and alarming.
I'll admit DNA
Where the
Journal
fuck-
does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman.
Matt, where are we?
Keep you warm at night. You wrap your thighs around it. Red bloody gashes in its back when you paint it to hollow fingernails. Edna! Edna! So, how's Stephanie?
Yeah. Anyway, the only other thing we need to know about this guy is that he is extremely protective of his Tucker car. This car means the world to him, and he is insane about it. He turned his garage into a fortress to protect it for when he is unable to stare at it all day. If you head on over to the lodge, you meet this little goober.
Where the fuck is it?
Shits me into the hall of the border of the harvest.
You can't pull the wool over my eyes. I know the Shockmaster when I hear him.
So you're the man that rules the world. They call me the Shockmaster.
The Shockmaster yaps on for a while about how difficult it's going to be to get an application, and that we really should get one, because there's
makes
answers
it
to all
look
of life's
easy.
mysteries within
But
the
it's
lodge.
not. It's not
Do
at
you
all.
remember when our
Hate
little
it.
sister had
Just
a
wanna be
wasp
a-
in her crib and ended up eating a tarantula? Mom blamed it on a neighbor who she referred to as the Wasp Woman. The Wasp Woman says a bunch of weird shit about wasps. For example,
Regarding wasps. Wasps produce nothing for others, but
Finally!
I'll tell you the same thing I told my ex during my last UTI. It'd be real nice if you could save screwing me for another day. Are you joking? Damn thing was more rigged than a game of ring toss.
Hand cannon.
It's like Mum always said, never do the deed without proper protection.
Tetsuo Kron, the
do it
Wasp
again.
Woman,
Just wait.
originally had a much bigger role in the game and was part of a puzzle that will come up later. However, for whatever reason, most of her content was cut. She's actually so minor that she's one of the few characters you can just straight up murder with absolutely no consequence.
Just give me something that shoots straight and we go.
Normally, if you kill or attack an NPC, they will either fight back, like
Too
when
late.
Jimmy the Paperboy
I was
shot
sure you'd
us
have
to
me over a
death.
barrel.
Or
Again.
alternatively, Steve gets arrested.
Shit.
Come on, come on, come on!
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around.
Rock
You'll have
on.
plenty of time
Looks
to
like there'll be
think
no
about
rest
it,
till
boy.
extra.
Somebody help me!
Ah, you want to be friends today? Is that it?
For that boy, Hayden Sergeant.
At this point, I don't care if it shoots fucking acorns, so long as the job gets done. Boss, we know exactly what this girl wants. slot. Got a better one.
That was close.
Get on with it, you overblown slot machine.
Let's visit
Secret
Dad's
life.
slaughterhouse. Gee, there sure are a lot of friendly kitties around here. Oh my god. We're just going to ignore that. Let's talk to the nice butcher man.
Oh, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
It's gonna take everything I have and flip me the bird for my troubles.
Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer.
For me?
Like
Really?
it was coached.
What's the catch?
You sure are acting
Sorry,
like a
of course
kidder,
I
son.
haven't.
With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving
you
like
take
an
all the
adult.
time you
Look how many guns are on the floor. We still haven't gotten to C9.
Really all we need to know about our friend Pat here is that he's a man of business.
Here's that new gun again.
He states that sometimes it's necessary to cut costs to keep a
Is
business
that so
afloat.
hard? You always need to be such a massive
This
twat.
right after we ask about the cats. Steve asks Pat for a piece of meat to take, to which Pat says no. If Steven would like some meat, he'll have to get permission from his father.
New Year's back in
Speaking of
87.
Steve's father,
Fun
Pat says he
fact,
hasn't seen him in
Lumbernog
quite
and
some time.
fireworks do not
It seems like
mix.
whatever Dad is going through has been pretty bad. Geen Memorial School's name is almost
try to
certainly
unlock
not
the knockoff
murderer,
on me,
and
would you?
Geen has
Why can't I fire?
inspired a lot
You
of
ain't that
horror.
stupid.
The horrific
Oh my god, it's a
name for the
dark
school
gun.
feels appropriate because the principal is disturbing to say the least.
It turned out pretty good. Except for that.
Nope,
amnesia
nope, I am not reliving this scene.
She was,
Geen Memorial. Say hello, class. Be reticent. The educator's greatest problem today is the apathy of the students.
What's wrong with there?
I remembered that scene from when the Game Grumps played it. I am not reliving that fucking scene.
Discipline. Thank goodness you weren't a sulky bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Miss Whalen
Oh,
makes
fuck
it very
off.
clear that she takes out of corporal punishment. All of the
Don't
children
care
in
where
the
it sends them.
classroom seem
The
to have
cockfighters
large
don't
lumps
come
and
back.
gashes
End
on
of
their
story.
head. Colonel Buster Monroe turns on the missile-based sirens.
I
This
think some
causes
just went in
all
my
of the
mouth.
student staff to go out into the hallway for an air raid drill.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
I promise you, Box, I can be a much bigger prick than you, so don't fuck with me.
Hey, what the fuck?
Rock on. Looks like there'll be no rest till after.
This goes on like nothing
Ow,
happened.
ow, 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 ow.
I guess
Fuck was
we'll do
begging for a
the
bullet.
same and head on over to the TV station. The TV station gets a little visibly offensive, so just a reminder that this is in fact satire.
Shit!
There's
Yep,
Range
thought so.
Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre? Steve. Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve.
Clearly, this is the live filming of the show that Hank watches at home. You can confront Range Rider about the
Any chance
violence
you
he's
could spit
airing
out a
and how it
fresh
could
meat
affect
pie?
children.
Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we
hurt
be
so much
right
too
now
when you
if the
asked
Cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land?
Oof.
Picture me that,
I
Mr.
don't know how, but it
Know-it-all.
feels like this stupid
But what
box
about
is
studies
smoking.
that have shown that children become
I'm
more
just gonna
violent
pretend
when
it's a side
watching
effect from the
violence?
wonky sodas.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit on a stickeroo! The parents that are griping about violence on TV are
You know,
the same
Bugs,
parents that
you
go
walk a really
outside in the
fine
morning to
line
lick their
between love
papers,
and dark, murderous
secure in the
fucking
knowledge
rage.
that they won't get an
Son of a bitch!
because the violence they hate so much done cleared the engines out of the neighborhood.
What did he just say?
Civilization has benefited from
You
violence,
like that?
but
I
should
know, I
violence be
feel
treated as
fucking-
entertainment?
Check my rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
If it wasn't already very clear, Harvester's main recurring theme is, should violence be entertainment? Should offensive content be entertainment? Can these things be consumed without it corrupting the viewer? These themes are going to keep getting brought up until the end of the game, where everything kinda comes together in a nice little package, so we'll talk more about that later on. All we currently need to know
Give
about
me an
Edna is
ace.
that
I'm
she
gonna
runs
turn you
around.
into
She has an
fire.
adorable 8-year-old daughter, and she's the woman that Mr. Johnson is obsessed with. He really creeps her out, but the town sheriff keeps him at bay by coming in with a bunch of Much like everyone else, Edna does not believe Steve about his amnesia. Edna seems to think pretty highly of the sheriff, so maybe we should go pay him a visit. One of the first things we see in the police station is an empty file cabinet labeled Solved Cases. That inspires confidence.
Hello, Steve. Let me introduce myself. I'm Sheriff Dwayne, and this here is Loomis.
Pleasure, I reckon.
You know the drill by
Jesus.
now. They know us, we don't know them, they...
Baby. Oi. Oi. Yeah, bud. Hola.
How's it going? Your bathroom clean?
Yeah. Ingo, thank you. I'm going back to camo grinding. Hey. AK. No, that's not it. I need the C9, damn it. Shit. There we go. Nope. Nope.
Any day now, you wouldn't sadist.
Dead. What this? No, that's not it.
Congratulations. You just made Maya's...
Oh no. What happened? Oh, the kitty. Hi, Chef. Oh, yeah, no, you're good.
So I got my dick in my hand and like now something's up against my leg. Like, oh shit. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright, man. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Chef. Hi. Oh. Hey, buddy. Hi. Mwah. Where's your good boy? Brother was supposed to be staying with us, but he never actually fucking
Top
did.
10 grossest experiences ever. Wouldn't surprise me if this was the same one that Pandora chick owned.
C9? No, that's the Tanto again. What the fuck? I try to do 2 guns per session. Sometimes 3 if I have extra time. But it doesn't look like we're gonna have that time today. Just getting this one is being a pain. Let's see. Is that it? Is that fucking it? That better be it or I'm gonna have a stroke.
You don't always need to be such
Nope,
a
it's the jackal.
Enjoy.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Stay underground, you butt ugly rotter. We say in the biz, got plenty more where that came from. If I get a complex because of you, I'm gonna need to switch careers. Seriously, all I do is deal with boxes.
Oh shit. Didn't realize we were low on health.
You don't get it, mate. I'm the hunter, not the prey. No, you take all the time you need. It's not like I got other shit to do.
Tanto. God damn it. I mean, at least it's giving me green and purple weapons, or blue and purple weapons now.
Putting my bet in. Though I'd sooner put my money on a 3-legged horse.
C9? Is that the C9? No, protocol. It's a good gun, but not what we need.
Lucy Box, I can be a much bigger prick than you, so don't fuck with me.
Where's the bunny? Shit! Right, where? Oh, okay. I know where that is. Hi, Jet. Oh. Ow.
I swear this takes longer every time. The box hates me. Not that I care.
Yeah, my brother was supposed to be staying with us, but he just kind of dipped. He never actually showed up. My brother, he was supposed to stay with us last weekend, but he never actually did. In fact, I haven't heard from him at all. I was pretty pissed, because Britt and I extensively cleaned this place.
I'm coming through.
Yeah. As long as he's okay, that's all I'm concerned about, honestly. Oh shit, that's right. Perks.
Any chance you could spit out a fresh meat pie? He's pretty, but keep it tight. For me? Really? What's the catch? Sorry, force a habit. Well, you weren't using it.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm gonna go look for my cock.
Okay. Ow.
The trick is to look at the center. Only way to keep from blowing chunks.
Come here, kitty. How you feeling, bud? Jet. No, don't go in the... Damn it. Jet. Why is he going in the hallway?
I'll tell you the same
No,
thing.
she was
I told
falling.
Leanne.
God damn it. Alright. Hold on, guys.
during my last UTI.
What we get? What we get? What we get?
Real nice if you could save screwing me for another day.
Son of a bitch. Ah, shit.
Sure, we're mates now, but don't expect me to make friendship bracelets. I don't know how, but it feels like this stupid box is smirking at me. I'm just gonna pretend it's a side effect from the wonky sodas.
Ah, damn it.
Just give me something that shoots straight, and we go.
What the fuck? Oh, it's in the dimension. There it is.
You know, boss, you walk a really fine line between love and dark, murderous fucking rage for me.
Pretty sure I blew the zombie's legs off.
Come on, come on, come on! wouldn't try to unlock a knockoff on me, would you? You ain't that stupid. If you give me an axe, I'm gonna turn you into fire starters.
Damn it. Oh, okay. I know where it is. What? Oh, it's in this room.
At this point, I don't care if it shoots fucking acorns, so long as the job gets done.
Damn it! Keep giving me the fucking Tanto.
Any day now, you wooden sadist. Get on with it, you overblown slot machine.
C9. That's what I thought.
Wouldn't surprise me if this was the same one that Pandora chick owned. It's gonna take everything I have and flip me the bird for my trouble, isn't it? How about you draw me an ice bath and take one of my kidneys while you're at it? That's a relief. I was sure you'd have me over a barrel. Again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Box. I know beggars can't be choosers, but you don't need to take the piss. Ah, you want to be friends today? Is that it?
Ah, shit. I mean to kill him. Hi, baby. What you doing, buddy?
to stop picking up scabs. Some things never change. Better I gamble here than some dodgy warehouse poker game. Those fuckers cheat. He's pretty. Can you tell? Warm hug from our little orc friend here, then back to the blood, guts, and gore. If it spews out a slingshot, I'm fucking done. That's a relief. I was sure you'd have me over a barrel. Again. If I get a complex because of you, I'm gonna need to switch careers. Seriously, all I do is deal with boxes. It's like my 7th birthday all over again.
There's a zombie corpse glitching out.
The drunk party clown. Rock on. Looks like there'll be no rest till exfil. Stupid wooden rat bag's about as useful as a fart in a jar. Drawing hand cannon. Pummel you ransom fuckers till I'm stuffed.
God damn it.
Things are pretty dog shit as it is. No need to make it worse. Got it?
Missile.
Growing up
Okay.
poor, Mum taught us to make do. Time to make do some damage. I don't know how, but it feels like this stupid box is smirking at me. I'm just gonna pretend it's a side effect from the wonky sodas.
GPR 91. That's what I already
I find
have.
out that you did that on purpose, you rectangular bastard. I'm gonna turn you into your own funeral pyre. You know, Box, you walk a really fine line between love and dark, murderous fucking rage for me. It's like my 7th birthday all over again. Only thing missing is the drunk party clown. If you give me an axe, I'm gonna turn you into fire starters. Stupid wooden rat bag's about as useful as a fart in a jar. Sick. Look who's keeping up with you geezers. Any day now, you wooden sadist. If I find out that you did that on purpose, you rectangular bastard, I'm gonna turn you into your own funeral pyre. Ah, you want to be friends today? Is that it?
Oh my god.
Oh, Box. You know exactly what this girl wants. This might be people like to say. You're being a proper see you next Tuesday.
Son of a bitch.
No heartbeat, no mercy. Whoa, that's a scorcher. Wouldn't surprise me if this was the same one that Pandora chick got. Are you joking? Damn thing will rip when I'm getting a ring toss. Marking location.
I hate this fucking gun.
Better I gamble here than some dodgy warehouse poker game. Those fuckers cheap. For me? Really? What's the catch? Sorry, force a habit. You like? It's the very latest in garbage disposal technology. If I get a complex because of you, I'm gonna need to switch careers. Seriously, all I do is deal with boxes. See, was that so hard? You don't always need to be such a massive twat.
Either.
Want to beat my high score? I promise you, Box, I can be a much bigger prick than you, so don't fuck with me. I hope termites chew you a new asshole. You wouldn't try to unlock a knockoff on me, would you? You ain't that stupid.
Why? Why is it always the fucking Tanto?
Any chance you could spit out a fresh meat pie? Come on, come on, come on!
That's weird, I just looked here. Ah, there it is.
At this point, I don't care if it shoots fucking acorns, so long as the job gets done. Get on with it, you overblown slot machine. It's gonna take everything I have and flip me the bird for my trouble, isn't it?
That was the C9 for a second. Now the game's just fucking with me.
If it spews out a slingshot, I'm fucking done. That's a relief. I was sure you'd have me over a barrel. Again. How about you draw me an ice bath and take one of my kidneys while you're at it? You wouldn't try to unlock a knockoff on me, would you? You ain't that stupid. For me? Really? What's the catch? Sorry, force of habit. Things are pretty dog shit as it is. No need to make it worse. You got it?
This is a nice gun.
Well, that's just good, clean fun, isn't it? Only way to keep from blowing chunks. Smoke may be gone, little guy. You've had your last banana. Oh, for fuck's sake, Box. I know beggars can't be choosers, but you don't need to take the piss. Placing that trap. Don't throw pack on it. Yeah, I know it's tempting. Putting my bet in. Though I'd sooner put my money on a three-legged horse. Semtex out. I swear this takes longer every time. The box hates me. Not that I care.
Dead.
Okay, I do care.
Well, she did. I was about to say I might have to do something drastic and quit out and just use the C9, but honestly, yeah. That's what I'm gonna have to do with Special Life. That's the C9. Okay. So I have used it before. Alright, we're gonna level this weapon then call it, because I've just lost my patience. Shattered Veil. Done these 3. We're almost done with this one. I've never even seen Shattered Veil. That looks interesting. Alright.
Tell us our amnesia is just a big hoax.
And why do you want to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
I'm telling you the truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Yeah, so everybody keeps telling me.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the lodge.
We do pick up a few valuable pieces of information from the sheriff. Firstly, there was recently a fire that burned down the newspaper building, and he doesn't seem to think it was an accident. Secondly, he mentions that a lot of vagrants and drifters show up to Harvest, and most of them just apparently drop dead. He also tells us that Harvest has a 3-strike rule. You actually do get 3 strikes in this game. If your actions are something illegal, like for example you get caught stealing from another character, you get taken to jail. If this happens 3 times, you get the electric chair like we saw earlier. You automatically get the death penalty for extreme crimes like killing your mom. Though interestingly enough, once a character is no longer deemed descendant.
99, you slime-speaking bogan. Whatever else is in the basement, there better be a fully stocked bar.
Max armor.
Dad will be kicking my ass right now for not demanding overtime up front.
What are we at? So we're at 1,865. Alright, well at least we're almost done with this one. I didn't want to explore too much of the map.
What we're using to gas up the sentinel thing.
They call it prima materia. That's some bullshit alchemy term. We need something more scientific. Peck particles. That's a nice ring, don't you think?
cartel boss and arms dealer I ever met had a villa, plantation, or mansion. Might seem cool to some. To me, a house like this screams trouble.
What, the walking corpses weren't enough of a red flag?
Bonus points.
Until today, the only reason I'd be caught dead in redneck territory is the barbecue.
Ugh, stop right there. With all the dead meat around here, you'll put me off pulled pork forever. Jackpot, right in the goal.
This is a cool ass map so far.
Double points.
Where do we at? 109. Alright. 'Tis doable. Wow, this all looks very familiar for some reason. That's bugging the hell out of me. How do you have your legs back? Wait. Well, that would explain it.
place reeks of rich douchebag. You got a word for that in Russian?
But for any of these men who do well for the back of the proletariat, as does us, you can. We famously solved that problem.
Chuck and C4. Trigger and C4. Take it from a smuggler who knows. Heads are basically pineapples filled with jam. Decoy going out.
Camo!
We are far from home, you and I. So, what do you think of the decaying West?
Is that some kind of Soviet put down? Because I'd wear that on a t-shirt.
Turn them to pieces!
Oh no.
I'd give Weaver's left nut to get that fucking elevator working.
They brought back the explosive zombies. This is the facility from that cutscene. Ah, fucking hell.
I'm fading fast. I need a jab.
This is where it all began. In this game, at least. Cool.
I've sort of fucked up outboards more times than I can count. Changing a fuse? Piece of piss. Looking for the
Oh,
outside
shit.
dimension. It's at another hotel.
I don't know why I expected.
Of course it couldn't just taste like bubblegum.
Max ammo.
Whoa!
Like you process, young lady? Wait. Hello. How many days of time?
Wish you warned me about splash zones, Peck? Would have packed a poncho.
I'm dead. Wait, what gobblegums do I unlock? Oh wait, new free stuff. We need these two. So let's see what we can buy. Oh, we only have 100. I thought that said 1100. Oops. How many did we need? 74. Alright. Let's make this easy then. Right. Let's do this.
essential for the progression of the story, you can usually get away with killing them. Or in the case of a minor character like little Jimmy the Paperboy, you can just kill him and take the item he gives you to progress the game rather than finding him some sneakers. It's honestly kind of cool how many ways you can go about things in this game. It's one of the things I really like about it. Like the fact that you can complete quests in different ways and sometimes you get caught, or you can go about it in a way that you don't get caught. Either way can potentially progress the story, but it just has a little bit of a different flavor, and I like that. And we can't forget about the sheriff's partner, Loomis. Loomis is a pervert. All he wants is an adult magazine, kind of like the one we saw for sale at the general store, but his mean old wife just keeps taking his away from him.
Mrs. Phelps down at the general store don't help things none. She's got them special picture books, the one with the ladies. But she won't sell me none on account she knows my wife, Mrs. Lewis. That government, that don't burn my britches. If I even ask about them, she tells Mrs. Loomis and I can get the broom.
And, boy, is he not kidding in way too much detail.
I still remember the time she took with her taking in the
fire station. One of the first things you'll notice, we finally made it to the fire station. One of the first things you'll notice is that the fire truck is
hell out of shooting lawn guns with an air rifle.
The hydrant is also a little bit phallic.
Please excuse the mess.
Oh my god.
By color coordination.
Guys, I'm gonna be straight with you. No pun intended. The fire department is a little bit much, and a lot of bit fabulous. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did the firemen get the egregiously insensitive gay stereotype? Well, you see, it's a little play on words. They're firemen. They're flamboyant. Do you get it? Inside, there's a dog that won't shut the fuck up, and the other firemen appear to be standing around painting a male model.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do.
Fun fact, I have a Dalmatian, and I can confirm that when you have a Dalmatian around, you will not know a moment's peace.
Oh, cut it out, Rod, honestly. The one thing is barking a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up.
If you ask about the male model, they'll show you what they're making, and it is very, very good. Sparky talks about the newspaper building burning down and says there were a few people around town who would have been happy to see it burn. Most importantly is Mr. McKnight, the owner of the TV station. Sparky says that he has a secret safe in his office that's likely full of secrets. But I don't think we're getting in there anytime soon.
If you don't get out of here right now, I'm having you arrested for trespassing.
And real quick, before we leave, we gotta talk to the model.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
The final character in the town that we have to meet is Mr. Moynihan. Mr. Moynihan runs the hotel and the funeral parlor. He's, not a particularly talkative fellow.
I have a feeling your image shall soon go on the other face at the meantime slice.
So this might sound weird because we're a decent amount of time into this video already, but this is actually kind of where the game starts. Most of the first half of the game is getting into the vibe of the town and meeting all of the characters. Now we're going to be getting into the gameplay and puzzling part of the game. I'm not really going to get too much into the puzzles, what items you have to collect, how to combine them and all of that. We're mostly just looking at the story here. Let's get back to that cliffhanger we were left on with Deputy Loomis. Last time we saw him, he was desperately begging us for an adult magazine, but we had to wait until the sheriff was out at lunch to give it to him. We'll just hand that on over since we have it.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Excuse me, kiddo. I gotta go check the jail.
I'm in and combat. In the police station, we found some incriminating evidence that suggests that the sheriff was blackmailing Postmaster Boyle. It seems that Boyle had a connection to a gas can that was found by the burnt-down newspaper building. He had been paying the sheriff to stay out of trouble. Thankfully, we just happened to have Ben in the evidence room and had Ben maybe perhaps have the gas can in question with us. This means that there's no evidence against Boyle.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. After all this time. Where's my application, Boyle? Here, take it. With my thanks. You know, this morning as I was making my rounds, I noticed an awful lot of television aerials on the roofs. Seems like more and more each day. You got me this can just in time, youngster. They had need of it again.
Oh, yikes, that's not good. But you know what? I have my application. I don't care. You do whatever you want. So this is optional, but it's kind of cool that the game lets you do this. You can take a copy of the blackmail to the sheriff and confront him about it. I say copy because if you bring the original, he just kills you and takes the evidence. The copy, however, makes him give us a neat little perk.
Uh-huh. All right. You got me, boy. Tell you what, I'd give you one of Sheriff Dwayne's custom deluxe get-out-of-jail-free cards. That is, if I catch you doing something, I'll look the other way. Once. That's the deal.
Nothing brings me more joy than blackmailing a blackmailer. Anyway, I gotta go bring this application to the Shockmaster.
I see you managed to.
Man, there's so much going on up there anyway.
That demonstrates resourcefulness. Perspective members. You need a rest. Report back here for your next assignment.
Every time the day changes, Steve goes to bed and it plays a little nighty-night FM feed like this with some kind of nightmare and disturbing images flashing through Steve's mind. I was just gonna cut this out, but then I noticed something. Among the nightmarish images of people getting their eyes gouged out is a cheeseburger. This game is art, and I'm not going to accept any criticisms. First thing in the morning, we stretch and head on out to the living room to check up on Hank. He seems a bit concerned about Dad.
I hear him at night, thrashing and moaning. I crawl out my window and see Mom's shadow on the shade. Pop holding on her hands, reaching for him. How can she do the stitches on him wearing those? Wouldn't she slip?
Don't be silly. She wouldn't do that. Of course she'd slip.
Maybe that's why he's not getting better.
I'm thinking about turning the page and entering a new era of my life where I never ask about Dad again. It's morning, which means we need to put the paper out and give Jimmy his sneakers.
Swell! Here's the to the broom closet at Dean Memorial. That's what I need every day. 3:45, as soon as everyone's gone home. Sometimes I hide in there before.
There we go.
Radio, I see some stuff that was real nasty.
Finally.
Took it from me. You made a good swap. See you later.
Yay. So I guess I could just die now.
You like? It's the very latest in garbage disposal technology. That's enough of your spooky bullshit. Nothing scarier than my right hook.
Compact 92. I actually know where that is. I don't know if it's on this map, but I know it was on the other one.
Oh yeah, she's feeling a little friskier now. Come on, darling. I want to show you off.
Uh-oh. Oh shit.
Yeah, ventilating you shits never gets old.
Ow. Guess it's not on this map. Well, let's go down swinging then. Oh shit, there we go.
Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Just like old times. Please, please, please don't turn me into fruit.
Double points.
Wish you warned me about splash zones, Peck? Would have packed a poncho. My guts are gonna hate me in the morning.
Not even gonna heal, I'm just gonna let him kill me. Come on, do it! Fight me. No.
Turn them to pieces.
Keep wasting those little shits on sight.
I gotta look up speedruns for this. Like, for the Easter eggs.
Prison time for you, you lucky undead bastard.
Max ammo.
Yay, I died. I gotta use the restroom. What you doing, bud? What you doing? Alright. Ow. What do we need? Compact 92. Alright, yeah, we'll do one more. We'll finish this one and then call it. I don't see why not. Compact 92. There it is. What level is it? Max level. Fuck yes. Ah! Shadow, get your fat ass off me. I'm gonna grab you, boy. Move, Tubby. Ow! Damn it.
Alligator.
Ugh, let's go get that scene out of the way.
Here, remove this. There you go. Now you can climb.
The Shockmaster needs us to prove our worth to get into the lodge now that we've applied. He gives us an impossible and stupid task. We need to put a scratch on Mr. Johnson's beloved and heavily watched car. After a bit of puzzle solving, you can manage to get inside of Mr. Johnson's garage fortress and scratch the car. Completing this task brings us to a new day, where Hank gives us some bad news.
Leave me alone, will ya? This is the good part. I heard that someone took Karen.
This is
Give him this
Jimmy.
paper with them
Yeah,
things.
Shadow, fucking
Gonna get a picture
pick a
on
spot,
your
bud.
card.
Pick a spot. There you go.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
there you
heard
go.
that Karen was coming.
Hey, good to see you
So
too,
I
buddy.
went
Ah, the claws.
and
I've
asked
been
if
holed
I
up in
could
the
clear
mansion
this
since
chair.
yesterday trying to organize a containment response.
And I just stood there.
Now that you're here,
You know,
let's lock down that
in the
AO.
doorway.
I'll track down
Cried
plans and
and
coordinate.
cried. And I just stood there, wondering how long it would take for her to stop. But she didn't.
I haven't even finished breakfast. That boy ain't right.
That's right, the little girl from the diner is missing. Well, let's see what's up with Mom this morning.
Hello, dear. How are you today? By the way, I spoke with Mr. Johnson and he's livid. Seems someone scratched up his priceless tucker. If he finds out who, there'll be heck to pay.
There's me. Mom tries to convince us that getting into the lodge is far more important than a missing kid. Speaking of getting into the lodge, we have a new mission. Steal a bolt of fabric from the firemen. Checking in with Stephanie, we tell her all about our adventures. She doesn't seem too thrilled that we're going along with some random guy from the lodge making us play pranks on people. At the time, Edna is of course very understandably upset about her missing daughter. Looking for Karen is completely optional. If you choose to ignore the situation, she just kinda dies. If you do put effort into looking for her, you'll find her buried in a shallow grave in the cemetery.
Thank God I found you. Are you alright, Karen?
Stop, kid.
Go home. Could you take me to my mommy's store? Or to the policeman?
Can you tell me who did this to you?
Mr. Potsdam told me he'd hurt my mommy if I told.
Mr. Potsdam? What the? Alright, that's it. We're heading right over there right now.
Yeah, I know what that crazy little bitch said, but it's not true. I was at home that night. Mrs. Potsdam will vouch for me.
That's right, Mr. Potsdam. Hello, please. Care to stay for some pot roast?
Forget the pot roast, mother. Pot roast isn't for backstabbers, for persecutors. I won't share my meat with him. My meat. My meat.
People around here getting even crazier. What the hell is going on? Also, you can confront him once more about the people not being fixed, and if you threaten him about it, he's like, no, please don't, what do you want me to do? And you can respond, I want you to squeal, fat man. And
Jesus
you can keep making
Christ.
him do it. Infinitely.
I'm squirming.
Squirrel for me, Porky.
Might be worth a closer
Stephanie is not feeling great about the Mr. Potsdam news, though she's not necessarily surprised because we already knew he was a complete creep. Now, to get the bolt of fabric, we need to finally talk to Dad. Dad can give us permission to take meat from the slaughterhouse, and the meat will help us shut up a certain Dalmatian when we try to get into the firehouse. Now, I know that this is redundant because this entire game is weird, but this next scene is a little weird. This is Dad's room. If you touch anything.
No! He's back there. The thing turns out missing.
Marv, what's going on in there?
Fun fact, if you break into here too soon and Mom happens to be in the room, something kind of iconic happens.
Steve, is that you?
Come to see your poor old dad. Are you my father? Really? I don't remember you. Please. I'm not in the mood for jokes. I'm serious. Why won't anyone believe me? Well, you always were a kidder, Steve.
God damn it.
Just don't make me laugh now. Remember the stitches. God, what has she done to you? She doesn't live here, does she? Does she? No, I had to break in. What the hell is going on in here? I know it's a mystery to you. Sacred things that husbands and wives do behind closed doors. Maybe we should have a special father-son talk. Especially now that they're bitter.
Oh dear God. Needless to say, his birds and bees talk isn't, normal. It's very long and drawn out and involves scalpels and barbed wire. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, we get permission from him to take some meat from the slaughterhouse.
Now go, son. Go quickly, before she comes back.
Okie dokie, we got the meat. Time to go to the fire station and... What's under this sheet? What the hell?
Jeez, what are you doing here? Just standing here, waiting to be drawn. You just hang out here. All the time? I'm not a nuisance. I'm an object.
Plus, Joe, fucking figures. Mouthy shits like you never know when to quit. Are you related to Peck? Now do it again. Many bloody times.
I love this guy. He's charming. Anyway, with the piece of meat to the dog, we're free to steal the bolt of cloth, and that brings us to the end of another day.
You know those firemen? Funny ones with the color sense. Looks like they misplaced a bolt of expensive fabric. Of course, each one of them suspects the other. Looks like a catfighter brewing.
Mom is also a little bit pissed off that we spent time looking for Karen, and it gets a bit ominous.
I warned you not to waste time looking for her.
Am I running out of time?
The blood drive is coming soon.
What does that have to do with anything?
If you haven't joined the lodge by then, you'll find out. Still, I'm glad you found the poor baby. She says Mr. Potsdam was responsible for what happened to her. What a silly little girl.
Our next silly little TikTok prank, as dictated by the Shockmaster, is to steal Mr. Pastorelli's beloved barber pole. Now, this little prank starts to get a lot less harmless. If you recall, in the beginning of the game, we learned that Mr. Pastorelli has shitty wiring because he refused to pay an electrician.
Did you hear what happened at the barber shop? Someone broke into Pastorelli's salon and took his antique barber's pole. The next morning, Pastorelli touched some live wires that the thief left lying around and was electrocuted. Well, that darn foreigner got what he deserved, if you ask me. Coming into a nice little town like Harvest and stealing business. Heavens, if only scissors were good enough for your father, I don't see why decent working folk need a fancy wop styling their hair. That's how it goes. First you get a sissy trim, then bang, you're a communist.
Yikes, Mom. What the... Alright, Mom's canceled. Visiting Stephanie today gets a little spicy for some reason, and this is the most uncomfortable sex scene I've ever seen in my life, and it's not just because of the acting.
I want you. Make love to me.
Nope.
They're visually...
Tonight, the bake sale commences. Soon, your heart's blood drive will be at hand. When sacrifice will be the order of the day, your time in harvest grows short.
Did you know that Steve and this guy actually have the same voice actor? They're visually portrayed by different people, obviously, but the voiceover was done by a third separate guy. So that's interesting. Anyway, the final prank to get into the lodge, of course, escalates even further. This guy wants Steven to burn down Edna's diner. Look, we already accidentally killed someone. Do we really need to commit arson? Well, that's a moral dilemma for another time, because tonight's the annual Harvest Bake Sale. We finally get to meet the PTA.
What a good boy you are. Have a cookie.
Now, if it wasn't already obvious, the entire PTA at the bake sale looks identical to our mom except for their clothing. Kinda like Stephanie's mom. We get a little recap of why exactly they're holding this charity bake sale, and their synchronization is admirable.
Derelict clowns who wander into town who don't have enough money for a decent burial.
They deserve to be buried. It's the Christian thing to do.
Ew.
That's awful nice of you. But why do so many derelicts and bums die in Harvest?
Don't be such a wise apple, Steve.
So I think at this point we've seen an adequate amount of the weirdness around Harvest, and I'm curious. If you've never had the pleasure of playing this game before, where do you think that the plot is going? What's causing all of this bizarre stuff?
Someone go grab a mop in the
so
bucket.
weird, and why
We
do
got
all
a
the
gusher.
moms look the same? I'd love to see some guesses that don't have the context of the game's ending. Now, I don't mean to interrupt that thought, but oh no! What's this? Trouble brewing, and on the night of the bake sale?
Ladies, someone has just burned down the TV station.
Wait, the TV station? Oh my god, he really did it. Oh god damn it, I knew I shouldn't have given you that gas can back. I can't help but feel like this was partially my fault. Oh well, whatever, we're about to burn down the diner anyway. You know, maybe we should check up with the firemen and make sure they're doing okay. You know, what with all the infighting that was happening from us stealing their precious bolt of cloth. Oh, but of course they're going to be busy tonight. Well, we'll just ask this guy. Oh my god. It turns out the firemen killed him in a fit of rage. They even peeled his face off. If you recall, he actually caught us stealing the fabric, but he said he wasn't going to turn us in. I feel a little bad. But feeling bad ain't gonna get us into the lodge, so bye-bye, Edna's Diner.
Yeah.
The next morning, poor Hank is having a hard time coming to terms with the fact that the TV station burned down.
Why are you sitting in front of that blank TV?
Someone burnt down the TV channel. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Honestly, Hank, you're acting like an alcoholic. I told you all that TV would hurt you.
Hey, what the fuck?
I'm not watching TV. It hurts bad.
Mom, on the other hand, is having a hard time coming to terms with the fact that the bake sale is over. Also, just a heads up, this next scene is a little gory. Like, the special effects look like they were drawn in MS Paint, but it is gory and a little disturbing nonetheless.
Now that the bake sale's over, I just don't know how I'll fill my time. Oh, I feel so useless. My goodness. What's wrong with her? My goodness. Oh, it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Popping back in. See? As good as new. That mango she ate must have had waffles in it.
Don't you think we should get her to a doctor?
What for? She's got her mother.
Draw and decoy.
How silly I was, feeling useless just because there are no more cookies to bake. I can still live on food. This is a sign, Steve. I have a purpose again.
Glad to see you're feeling better.
The characters around town seem to be implying that something terrible happened at the diner. Something worse than the fire. Continuing our string of unintended consequences, Edna couldn't go on after realizing that she lost everything when she saw that her business had burnt down. I am not going to include this scene, first of all because YouTube, and second of all because it goes way further than any other disturbing scene in this game. To put it gently, Edna cancels the life subscription of herself and her 8-year-old daughter. If you do get morbidly curious and look up this scene, just be forewarned that it shows and describes some pretty graphic imagery. Like, yes, it's in pixelated 90s FMV quality, but it's still pretty dark. The point of the scene being as out there and graphic as it is clearly to show the severity of Steve's actions and how they affect other characters. It's a very depressing scene, and the game almost gets serious for a moment, until the sheriff comes in for his daily lunch and still eats his food right under their dangling bodies. There are actually two versions of this scene. If you didn't save Karen, obviously she is not present. While we're out and about looking at all the damage caused on the night of the bake sale, it looks like the folks at the TV station aren't doing too well either.
Say, can you spare a dime for a buckaroo who's down on his luck? The whole shebang just went up in flames, and I'm looking to mosey on to greener pastures, where the sunset's always
Honestly,
golden,
it's not a bad
and there's always
makeover.
another
I
savage
think
to
you
kill.
look great.
Jeez, poor Range Rider got Freddy Kruegered. As if enough bad things haven't already happened, Mom has some alarming news.
Oh dear, I just heard what happened to Stephanie.
What do you mean? What happened to her?
You haven't heard? Well, young man, you marched right over there this instant. She's your fiancée, after all.
Guess I can forget about the meat, huh?
What do you mean?
Your dad must have pulled some strings. Be sure and check Stephanie's pillow, you lucky bum.
What the hell are you talking about?
You'll see once the sheriff gets here. Stephanie. Things will never be the same now. Guess I'll be watching TV nights.
Okay, you can come in now, son.
My God. Is that what I did?
Yep, there's a spinal cord. I can see it, but I can't be sure.
More power, Sheriff?
Don't you realize what's happened?
Oh, indeed I do. I can just hear the tongues wagging at the PTA. Was it suicide?
Never heard of anyone pulling their own spinal cord out before. Off the record, I'd have to say no. No, all in all, I'd say this was death by natural causes.
Natural causes?
You can't live without a spinal cord, son. Nothing unnatural about that. Think we'll have some more time.
Right away.
I can't believe this. This is horrible.
Believe me, you get to the point to where this is routine. Now the only clue we got is that card on our pillow. Take a look at it.
This is practically a confession.
Looks like I found the prize at the bottom of the cereal
Murder.
box.
Isn't that what you're here to investigate?
Son, you don't investigate natural deaths. No point.
Then I'll get to the bottom of this myself.
Yeah.
Love feeling the wind in my shit-soaked hair.
More pie, Sheriff?
Don't mind if I do.
If I didn't love talking shit so much, I'd cut my tongue out before I drank another one of these.
At home, our family's not being particularly sympathetic to the whole Stephanie ordeal.
So, was it pretty gross? I hear she was all tore up, with an eyeball hanging out. Did you wonder where the other eye went? Did you look under her bed? See it staring back at you, with the dust bunnies and the roaches?
I just heard what happened to Stephanie. What a shame. Would you like some toast from our brand new Crandall toaster with auto browning control?
The Lodge has one final task for Steve. They want Stephanie's spinal cord. But we can't just go snatching up her names in front of people, so we have to break into the cemetery's crypt to get it.
Mom always told me to stop picking up scabs. Some things never change.
If you screw around too long or show the spinal cord to other characters, it will trigger the blood drive event. My favorite reaction is from Mrs. Potsdam.
Thank you for your honesty, Steve. That shows character. Go ahead and help yourself to refreshments while I call the sheriff.
You're gonna turn me in?
Of course, dear. Confessing to a crime shows honesty as well as stupidity. One thing we don't need more of. Hello, Sheriff. Mrs. Potsdam here. Steve took Stephanie's bones. Yes, he's right here. The sheriff says hello, Steve. He'll be coming by to pick you up. Tell me, Dwayne, how have you been?
Roger, six. There's gotta be more goals out there.
What the hell are you doing?
I told you, if you were still in harvest for the annual blood drive, you'd have to donate. Max Camo.
Here, have y'all lost your minds?
But if you're a good boy and you hurry up, it's finally time to see inside the lodge.
Ah, you're here. Excellent. You'll find them through that door. Excuse me. You are the exterminator, are you not? No. In that case, I'm afraid you'll have a hard time of it, sir. Recently, the lodge has become infested by ants. They need exterminating, or, to be blunt, sir, they need killing.
Now, since we're focusing on the story, I'm honestly going to skip a lot of what happens in the lodge because almost all of it is just combat and puzzles. Also, there's giant buttholes in here. There are some really interesting rooms in this combat section of the game, and I'd highly recommend looking up a full playthrough just to see them. They get very weird. Inside the lodge, there's also twisted versions of people we've met around Harvest.
Oh dear. You're not a member, are you? You're an initiate. Forgive me, I can't say another word about it.
Can you tell me anything that might help me?
Not really.
There's also a particularly obnoxious puzzle where you have to find the 1 pixel of key hidden in this image.
From the chess master. Any initiate who wishes to pass this way must do so on being a civilized after my opponent's choice.
Listen, fuckers. Efficiency's key when running a business. This is me being
Get stuck here.
That thing. Interestingly, this last portion of the game actually does leave you with violent versus non-violent choices, but it's always easier to just pick the gruesome route. This is by design. Also, if you hit this specific enemy with a specific weapon, the whip, you get a cool 6-second scene. Justification of Steve's actions kinda degrade as you go. For example, there's this janitor that politely asks him a few times to stop walking on his clean floor, but you just have to keep pushing his buttons.
You think just because I'm a janitor I got no pride? That's all I got to do all day is beat about the rich bastards? Take a hike before you get hurt. All right, buddy. You asked for it.
The layout of the lodge can be difficult to navigate and very disorienting, and almost none of the rooms have anything to do with each other. After a zillion of these non-connected rooms, you find yourself at the final trial of Harvester. This trial consists of rooms that the game refers to as temples. Each temple has a social commentary type of point or theme.
This is the Temple of the Mystery of Abstinence. Do not eat of the food or you will be punished. All within are hereby bound to a vow of abstinence.
Operate the hamburger. Ah, fuck, I wasn't ready for this. I don't have any health. This next room is, in my opinion, the most disturbing temple. There's a young mother laying on the floor of a bloody room with her children sitting around ripping her flesh.
Shocked. This one's gotta be popular with the uni kids.
Motherly love. Everyone says motherhood is fulfilling. In reality, it's draining.
The commentary of this room is pretty obvious. Sometimes people act like being a parent is something you're to be exclusively grateful for, to the point of ignoring how draining or difficult it can be. The mother allows damage to herself to provide for her children, who we then murder all of them in military tactics. You saw
I'm just warming up, baby.
The mystery of religion. The mystery is thus. Those who preach love and mercy in God's name are often those who call for the death of heathens. Do you believe in God, my son?
Nope.
Nice.
You have not seen the light, my son. But we shall open even if we must shut them first.
Again, another obvious commentary. Often, the people that preach tolerance, love, and mercy are the first people to attack, harm, or condemn others. They'll put on a facade of righteousness and use things like beliefs to justify their cruelty to others. It's okay to be mean to people if you convince yourself those people are bad. In this room, we see the bloody remains of a murdered family.
The temple of the mystery of morality. My country paid me to kill. And then when I came home, I was out of a job. They expected me to stop. Cold turkey? Is that what they wanted? A paycheck today, jail cell tomorrow? Am I a criminal or an entrepreneur? Hey, let's find out.
This temple is commenting on the morality of killing. As this guy said, a paycheck today, a jail cell tomorrow. I also really like that this guy is watching Range Rider reruns. It's a nice little throwback to the conversation that we had with him earlier. The morality of violence is often a strange one. Everyone condemns it, but they're happy to read
Right in the ball bearings.
Have a bite?
Mr. Potsdam?
The mystery is this. Sometimes you have to lose some meat to get some meat. They wouldn't let me in until I demonstrated my worthiness. My invitation came after I buried
That's what you get for splattering your slop all over my
That
kid's
showed
boots.
initiative.
Spinal cord
Yes, but to be initiated into the mysteries of the harvest, I had to do one last thing. I left them into the house and into Stephanie's bedroom.
I think the message here is that it's very easy to
1500,
villainize a
okay.
character like Mr. Potsdam for his actions, but it turns out he was just doing the same exact thing we were. We viewed him uncharitably because he's a weird perv, and he definitely, was wrong about the whole peephole thing, which caused us to automatically assume the worst about the Karen situation.
Bang.
But we've been doing things that are just as bad, and arguably caused even more damage to get into the lodge. This temple is commentary on lust. If you don't have money, the ladies attack you. But if you did enough cousins to get them, you can buy yourself a good time.
It's a lot of enemies.
She hasn't been feeling well. I'd be sure to get to a doctor if I were you.
Oh god.
Diseases can have pretty horrible effects, you know.
Yes, sometimes having fun without thinking of the potential consequences can be not good. This gives you an actual health-ticking debuff, and it can kill you. In the Temple of Beauty, we see a beautiful woman. You can compliment her a zillion times, but when she sees herself in the mirror, she feels the need to mutilate herself to become even more, quote, beautiful. The commentary the game is trying to make there is pretty straightforward.
There. Am I not beautiful? Look at my complexion. Pale white and gleaming.
Welcome in the ship to the temple.
Another pretty simple one, it's exactly what the guy said. We all experience pain, but we don't respond differently. We can choose to take this pain on ourselves, or inflict it on the guy that's tied to the table here.
Welcome to the temple of the mystery of charity. Mysteries for charity, for God's sake. Any act of charity is an act of selfishness. For in any charitable exchange, one must take from another, and one is always left the poorer. You see, though I am needy, I do not consider myself a beggar so much as a taker. I require charity, initiate. Give me something.
Sometimes people give just to give charity, and sometimes people that receive charity can feel like takers instead of feeling relief. In the Temple of Mercy, a soldier asks you to execute a elderly couple. If you show them mercy, you deny mercy for yourself. Principle. Once you kill him and his wizard, we finally get to see the game's endings and get an explanation of what the hell is going on.
This is always a great moment when the initiate passes over the threshold and becomes a brother. Stephanie.
Oh god.
The harvesters seek to perpetuate terror and scorn. That's the sound of your purposes. We do this through the random utility of murder, and we persevere through our recruitment of initiates like yourself.
When do you become a serial killer?
It's a simulation built by an evil organization. This organization is trying to use virtual experiences to desensitize people to violence and murders in real life. It's a simulator to train serial killers. I'm sure you can plainly see the satire about video games there. Again, the running theme of this game revolves around violence as entertainment. The sergeant explains that the only two real people in Harvest are Steve and Stephanie. They are experiencing this simulation with their real bodies hooked up to a VR. Steve has two choices. Reject the Harvesters and live eternally in this simulation, or kill Stephanie and become a serial killer in real life.
No, you couldn't. The way to beat them is to deny them. So we're not in my fear.
So what will it be? Life in Harvest?
We're going to consider the Stephanie ending first, as it's the killing Stephanie ending that is the most important and finishes the game's commentary.
I'll make this look easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. I just want to be out here.
Sincerity in your quest. Enjoy the life you've chosen, such as it is.
Whoops. Where's the head guy?
What a waste. We got two more bugging. There's gotta be a better way to develop these serial killers. What a way.
It's the kid.
The price of leaving the lodge for good is the same as the cost of getting in. A skull and spinal cord. Here's what happens if you choose to kill Stephanie.
That was neat.
Sick. Look who's keeping up with you geezers.
Where are you going?
Nowhere. Nowhere at all.
What are you doing, son?
Playing Harvester.
That thing? I looked at it the other day. The very thought. Reading serial killers. It's disgusting. You're right, reminds me of something. Don't you know people who watch violence become violent themselves?
That's bullshit, Mom.
No, it isn't. I don't think they try to clean the violence out of their roses.
Roadrunner cartoon.
So there you have it. That is Harvester. Now let's get to answering the question, why is Harvester? Harvester's originally meant to come out in the heat of the congressional hearings over video game violence in the early 90s. In 1994, the USRB was formed to give ratings to games so that parents could be warned of mature content. The two video games, of course, that spawned all of this were Night Trap and Mortal Kombat. This is why the skull and spinal cord are a recurring
I know, I sure fucked it.
Steve triumphantly ripping out Stephanie's spine is directly mocking the Mortal Kombat panic. Unfortunately, Harvester wouldn't be able to release until 2 years after all of this morality of violence and games commotion. By the time it hit the shelves, people had already accepted video game ratings, and violence in games wasn't really as much of a controversial hot topic. I really think that if Harvester had managed to come out right at the perfect time, it would have caused an absolute ruckus. On my physical copy of the game, there's a little dust sleeve that has text on the back that says, Harvester is the first title for mature audiences only. Well, this is a remnant of their original intention, but it's definitely not true. The first batch of M-rated games by the ESRB came out long before Harvester, the most infamous of which was Doom. Now, is Harvester a good satire of the 90s violence and games panic? Yes, I firmly believe that it is. I've heard the criticism before that Harvester is just a topical cash grab, that they only made it to ride the violence controversy. Well, yes, clearly it is meant to ride the controversy. I couldn't possibly say that it's bad or just purely some kind of cash grab. The amount of effort that went into the branch of dialogue options, the many ways that you can complete quests based on your playstyle, the dozens of FFV scenes that only pop up in really specific circumstances that most people never see, those don't really seem like things that would be in a game that a development team really didn't care about. I love the unsettling atmosphere in this game, and I think it's really charming and creative. I think it's done incredibly well. This is easily one of the most memorable and unique games I've ever played. Another criticism I hear is that people will complain that the plot has holes or that it's annoying that everything turned out to be fake. And I'd argue that that's not the point. The ending being the entirety of the game, satirizing the mentality that video games cause people to become violent is the purpose. We literally see Steve kill people in a virtual reality, aka play a video game, and come out the other side willing to murder and beat people. It's supposed to be a dumb jump in logic because that mentality against video games is dumb. That isn't to say having concerns in general about violence or problematic content is dumb. It's not a black and white subject. There are studies that do link video game violence to exacerbating violent tendencies in already violent people. People with a questioning mentality are not the type of people that this game is satirizing, though. Harvester is satirizing the self-righteous people that thought D&D was going to turn society to Satan, that Mortal Kombat was going to forge children into weapons of violence en masse, that Night Trap would normalize voyeurism on a societal scale. This fictional moral panic has never really gone away. Sexual content in media, for example, has a bit of a double standard,
like a jury in
as
pink
does
alone.
fictional insensitivity. We could have a villain that violently murders and tortures people by the hundreds, but if they say something a little bit insensitive with their words, that causes pearl clutching. There's a little optional side thing you can have with Range Rider. If you show him a picture of Mrs. Whaley and the principal going to Pound Town in the broom closet, he's gonna met this double standard quite nicely.
Say, you're a game little buckaroo, aren't you? The FCC would tan my hide if I put that on the airplane. Thanks for showing me anyhow.
The FCC won't allow this, but they don't mind Indians being eviscerated.
Violence isn't dirty like sex, cowpoke. Folks would stand for a shootout in the street, but poking in the street? Well, if you can't see the difference, I can't help you. But thanks for the news. Hold on just a sec. We're back with a news flash, buckaroos. Steve has found out that Mr. Harrell and Miss Whaley have been playing pee-pee in the broom closet at Gein Memorial. Stay tuned for further developments as soon as Steve can get some more dirty pictures.
Content that would be bad or considered adult in real life should have ratings, warnings, and age restrictions. However, with those things in place, that type of content should be allowed. Those warnings can give the audience or their parents the ability to choose for themselves if that kind of content is too much for them or not. Of course, there are limits, and there are some things that can go too far, but I think fiction is a great way to explore things that aren't possible or that aren't real in real life. I don't think that fiction should be demonized for portraying or acknowledging evil things. And as someone that loves horror content, I certainly don't think fiction should be morally pure sunshine and daisies all the time. I hope we can see more games like Harvester in the future. A game that's edgy, shocking, makes a point, and is incredibly memorable. A game that took risks and fell flat on its face, but took risks nonetheless. And because I didn't mention this till the very end, because I didn't know where the hell else to bring it up, yes, I am aware of what happened to Steve's actor, not the voice of Steve.
See? You can't be hungry if you don't have a head. Problem
Real life's disgusting. And this is a little bit of an awkward segue, but be sure to check the description below for some links. We have a friendly Discord where we have monthly contests and game tournaments. We also chill, hang out, and we would love to have you. I also have a Ko-fi link where you can send a tip one time or monthly to help support the channel and make it possible for me to have more time to work on these videos for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi, Shadow. Ow! Down, bud.
Double points.
Listen, fuckers. Efficiency's key when running a business. This is me being efficient.
Less than 600. Fuck yes. Ah! Hi, Shadow. Good to see you too, buddy.
Max ammo.
Ow!
Throwing decoy.
Insta kill.
Hi, Shadow. You're super loving me today, aren't you, buddy? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. $14.90. Okay, yeah, we only need 510.
Can't tell you how much I love that popping sound. Make room, you rotted sausages. I'm coming through.
Hey, babies. Yeah. Oh yeah. Less than 500. 489.
I thought my life was going up in flames.
So it looks like there's about 36 per round.
Any of you hotshots want to beat my high score? Throwing frag.
Yeah, 38, 39, okay.
Mom never lost these. Don't suppose Uncle Sam gives out medals for marksmanship. I didn't settle for a biggie. You like that? I know I sure as fuck did. Look who's keeping up with you geezers.
Max armor.
Honestly, it's not a bad makeover. I think you look great. I'll make this look easy. But it's not. It's not at all. I hate it. Sick of... Ah, shit. Do I need to bribe you with a Vicky or something?
So 8 more rounds of that, and then we'll be good.
Aguinaldo calling for a chopper gun. First one to say shrimps on the barbie gets a fucking knife in their leg.
Bonus points.
Frag sent.
Waters? Waters, yes. Quarters? Quarters. Sorry. Sorry. No, you're good. I'm grinding out in Call of Duty. Gas station just down the road. Right across from the dollar store. That's what we usually do. We usually go to the coin machine. Where's the coin machine at? Coin machine's at the very back. Oh, so it's inside? It's in the building, yeah. That's what I was trying to I missed that, because Crystal goes, it's in the gas station. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's 12 hours to me. So, like for Patrick to never show up. I'm so pissed. Okay, gas station. Thank you very much. No problem. If the coin machine's down, let me know. Brittany said something about that months ago. I don't know if they've gotten it fixed since, but yeah. Okay, well, here's something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, so, okay, cool. Thank you very much, sir. No problem. Hey, ladies. Not dinner time yet, boys. 15 minutes. I'll be done with this, but then I promise. Okay. Whoop. So 239, so that's give or take 7, 8 more rounds at the most. And they're going by pretty quick as well, so.
Someone goes back and wants in a bucket. We got a gusher. That's what you get for splattering your slop all over my good boots. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall! So, if I put a beer in there, will it kick out of there?
The hell is that?
You see that, Mac? How about you get up your ass and give it a go? and you're my little woodland maid. Now let's go fuck shit up.
Nice.
And I'll do it again, many bloody times. Enjoy! You nerds see that? I'm just warming up, baby. Throwing frag. Why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
Three more rounds ought to do it.
Make room, get for standing in my way.
Insta-kill.
Last one. Double points. That's confusing. Thought that was the last one.
Listen, fuckers. Efficiency is key when running a business. This is me being efficient.
There we go.
Sentry turrets live.
Let's go out with a bang. Tonto. Do that one next time.
Now booking getaways to nowhere, Will. Alright, fucking wow. Hand cannons hot.
Holy shit!
Quitting time for you.
I didn't know that one-shot special zombies.
Stop looking at me like a bloody lunch. I ain't your fucking Sango.
Come on. Kill me. Do it. There you go.
They got me. If I die, I swear I will fucking haunt you.
There we go. And there you go, guys. Camo grinding. Not gonna lie, I actually feel better. I'm gonna go make dinner. Hell yeah. It didn't give me my XP. What the fuck? Alright. Bye, guys.